Good morning and welcome to Cincy Lifestyle on this Thursday, which, by the way, happens to be National Left-Hander Day. Mona, happy National Left-Hander Day to you.
Well, more appropriately, Clyde, happy Left-Hander Day to you.
Well,
you know,
thank
I
you.
always thought that people who are left-handed just have an advantage over us righties, is my opinion, Clyde. I think you are maybe just a little bit smarter and able to use both sides of your brain.
Yes, keep going, keep going.
That's all I got. I'm sorry, that's all I got.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, but they do say that left-handers tend to be a bit more highly adaptable and flexible, in part because everything is set up for a right-handed world. So we got that going for us, and you're only talking about 10% of the population, but what a power-packed 10%, Mona.
Really? Mm-hmm. Who are some examples, Clyde, of some great left-handers?
Funny you should ask. Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, of all people.
Really?
How about this? Boomer Esiason, the Bengals quarterback, former quarterback, he was a lefty. And a number of presidents, about 8 total, but a bunch of them clumped up here in the second half of the 20th and early 21st century. Truman, Ford, Reagan, the first George Bush, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama. Right. And then on the other hand is the part of the list that I tend to fall in with, the people like John Dillinger, Jack the Ripper, and the Boston Strangler. So it's not all pretty. Hey, but I know you want to celebrate, Mona, so this is also National, yes, absolutely. This is also National Filet Mignon Day, so I'm thinking if you take a left-hander to lunch and buy him a filet mignon, you hit 2 birds with 1 stone.
Well, Clyde, you know what? After COVID, I am all about that. I'm going to take you to lunch, way after COVID. I'm going to take you to lunch and get you
somewhere around
a
about
filet mignon.
Somewhere around about 2042. Yeah, it'll happen in 2042.
Yeah, right. Somewhere in there, maybe a little bit later than that.
Oh, gee. Okay. Well, before lunch, we'll show you a unique use for your old computer during this program this morning. A new option for those aching feet you've got, and entrepreneurs helping you stay clean in some novel ways during this pandemic. And that, as a matter of fact, is where we start this morning. You know, when you jump into the shower or the bath, do you really know what you're using to get clean? Well, a lot of soaps are potentially harmful in the ingredients they have, particularly parabens, and there are some others. So one local woman decided to create her own all-natural soap that smells and cleans wonderfully, and we are happy to have the team together this morning, Crystal Guffey and Steve Mullins, the owners of Lemonwood Soap Company. Guys, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning.
Hello. Absolutely. So remind us one more time how you got started in the soap world in the first place, and where the name Lemonwood comes from.
Yeah, I started making soap. I decided to take a lesson from a retired science teacher, and she taught me the basics. And then I have an art background, so I kind of just made it really creative.
All right.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry.
No, the name Lemonwood came from a mashup of our favorite scents, which we sat down, wrote down our favorite scents, and experimented with different combinations. And after many different versions, we decided on Lemonwood.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, that's where you started, but now you've got some new scents that are out this season. Tell us about those.
Yeah, so we like to keep our favorites, but throughout the year we keep adding more and more. And on September 1st, we have our fall scents coming out. So some of them are bourbon pumpkin, sageberry, cinnamon, and amber, and there'll be a lot more.
Okay, boy, that sounds good. Well, you know, in addition to the fragrance, of course, is all the other stuff that goes into the soaps, about which you are very conscious. Tell us about what stays out of your soap.
Yeah, we're phthalate-free, paraben-free, sulfate-free, dye-free. I have sensitive skin, so like it's really important what I put in. So I like to pick a lot of nourishing oils and butters, and I really have to hunt for scents that aren't irritating, and same with colors as well.
Is it just about the notion of being chemical-free, or are there, on your part or others for that matter, health concerns as well?
Yeah, no, both. Definitely chemical free is the way to go. But there's like the stuff you buy on the shelf at grocery stores. They put in a lot of extra stuff to make it maybe more bubbly, or it'll stay on the shelf longer, so they can the shelf life is longer. And that stuff can be more irritating. It can dry out your skin. Sometimes they take out the good stuff about soap and oils. So yeah.
Okay, so we got just a little bit of time left, but tell us about your expansion now beyond soap.
Yeah, we also make bath bombs and lotions, body scrubs, body butters, beard oils, lip balms, loofah soaps. We make a lot of stuff. Yeah.
So what's the deal with bath bombs? I have a teenager who is in love with bath bombs.
Yeah, I don't know why they're so popular, but they are. And like people from all ages, from kids to like 5-year-olds will buy them from us, like 80-year-olds will buy them from us. And I guess it's just the fun of watching them dissolve and change colors, and the smell you get. In ours, we also pack a bunch of butters in it, mango butter and cocoa butter, so it's really moisturizing.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. All right, so let's get you connected with folks watching the show who will be interested in what you do and maybe want to pick up some. How can they connect with you?
Yeah, they can visit us on our website, lemonwoodsoap.com, or you can find out more information about our products and also place an order if you like.
Okay, that sounds like a deal. Steve, Crystal, thank you so much for talking to us this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mona?
Well, there once was a teacher from Kentucky who's on Cincy Lifestyle. He's that lucky. And he's written a book, and we'll give you a look, which we hope you'll find is just ducky. Okay, forgive us for that, but we wanted to get you warmed up for our next guest who wrote a book on limericks. And I'm so excited to welcome Jim Anstead, author of Around the World in 5 Lines. Jim, thanks for being here.
I appreciate the invitation.
Sure, okay, so tell us first, what is a limerick?
A limerick is a 5-line poem. First, second, and fifth lines rhyme. Third and fourth lines rhyme in a different way. And limericks are meant to be humorous. Even writers such as Mark Twain and Rudyard Kipling wrote limericks just for fun.
Really? And so how did you get started in writing limericks?
When I was 8 years old, I got as a Christmas present a Bennett Cerf book of limericks, edited by Bennett Cerf. There were probably 60 limericks in there. I must have read it a dozen times. I was just thrilled by it. And then it was sort of in my mind for years. I never thought I would write any, but then when I was involved in a middle school English class as a collaborative special education teacher, I was helping students, with their assignments. The teacher asked everybody to write a limerick, and I said, "Oh, don't want just to sit there, so I'll write one myself." So the first limerick I ever wrote was just to participate in a middle school English class.
Wow. All right, so fast forward, and now you have a book of limericks. So tell us about your book.
Well, that English class was maybe 10 years ago, and I wrote a few more just for fun, just for enjoyment, and showed them to people, and they gave me positive reinforcement. So I thought, if I get enough limericks written, I will try to have some small company publish them. And finally, after about 7 years, that worked out, and in June of 2018, the Dorrance Company in Pittsburgh published my book of limericks.
So if people, because I always thought limericks were fun to write. So if people want to start writing a limerick, do you have suggestions or tips for that?
Well, if you're going to do the traditional style with a place name in mind, get a place name that rhymes pretty easily. Or some limericks are just 5-line poems, no place name, but think of what you want to say in the first line and last line, and then you can pretty much figure out the other 3 lines from there.
All right, so why don't you read us one of your limericks from the book?
Just so everyone knows where the place is, there's an island called Skye off the coast of Scotland. A hopeful bake-off contestant from Skye envisioned first place for a luscious peach pie. But things went badly, though it wasn't her fault. A diabolical rival switched to sugar and salt, leaving her distraught and ready to cry.
I love that. I love that. Very good. Okay, you have one more that you can read us?
Yes. Now, Defiance is actually in Ohio.
Okay.
A highly acclaimed order from Defiance owns every imaginable household appliance. Asked what topic he planned to address next, he answered, while glancing up from his text, the critical need for self-reliance.
I love it. This is great. All right, so where can people pick up your book?
You can get it directly from Dorrance Publishing Company in Pittsburgh, or you can save a little money by going online, getting it from Amazon Books.
Okay. Thank you, Jim, so much for sharing this with us. It's been really fun. Hey, try a limerick at home.
Whether you're walking, running, or just on your feet all the time, it's important to have the right support so you don't injure yourself, and that is where Vionic Shoes and Spark 360 come in. Here now to talk with us more about that is Dr. Jackie Sutera with Vionic Shoes and Spark 360. Dr. Jackie, thank you so much for talking with us this morning.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
So tell us what made you want to get involved in the podiatry industry in the first place.
Well, I always say that podiatry chose me. I met a really great podiatrist when I was pre-med in college a long, long time ago. And I really loved what he did. He helped people stay active and really get back on their feet. And when you have foot problems, really it affects your whole life. So I'm just super proud of the work that I do.
Well, that's good to hear because, as you mentioned, foot problems affect your whole life. So that speaks to the importance of properly fitting shoes, right?
Absolutely. When you have shoes that fit well, you feel really great and you're able to walk and do everything that you have to do throughout the day. Feet are the foundation of your skeleton, and when you support your feet, it aligns your knees, your hips, your ankles, and your back, and it just sets the stage for a really healthy lifestyle.
And that's particularly important when you are participating in your daily activities, right?
Absolutely. So in your daily activities, whether you're just walking the dog or doing errands, and also when you're trying to stay super active, like going for longer walks or jogs or workouts, you need protective shoes that are supportive and well-fitting throughout the day, every day.
So what sets Vionic Shoes apart from its competitors?
Every shoe that Vionic makes has hidden technology to support the foot, also give shock absorption and cushioning, in addition to it being foot-friendly and very stylish.
So represent your company for the SparkCincinnati Fit City Challenge. It's a free, friendly competition to get you moving. Sign-ups are live now at SparkCincinnati.com. Winning companies will be featured here on Cincy Lifestyle, and individuals can win a year's worth of Vionic shoes. If you're a member of the community looking for a team, then we want to invite you to compete with us here at Channel 9. Just search WCPO Cincy Lifestyle and join the fun.
Well, I can attest to their comfort, that is for sure. Well, coming up here on Cincy Lifestyle, if you need a computer for school or work, we know a guy who can help. We talked to the Computer Cooperative to find out how they're keeping computers out of our landfills and into the hands of people who need them. Then we'll introduce you to a couple who had to pivot when coronavirus hit. It's a common story, but they took this pandemic and turned their new business into a success. And we're going to tell you how they did that. And we'll be right back. Stay with us. Like so many other small businesses, Alex and Kelsey Carroll were forced to pivot in the face of coronavirus outbreak in March. They went from event planning to creating branded, freestanding hand sanitizer stations, and they found a lot of success. And joining us to tell us their story are Alex and Kelsey Carroll, the owners of Stand Up Stations. And we're going to dive right in. And you know, like a whole lot of small businesses these days, COVID shut down your business overnight. But tell us what happened since then.
Yeah, so on March 12th, Kelsey and I had spent 3 years building up our events business, and it all ended in one day. We had to send everyone home. We had to furlough all of our employees. It was very dramatic. And so since that moment, Kelsey and I looked at each other and we said, what can we come up with that we know will be a need in the marketplace and that will allow us to bring our employees back? So that's when, you always got to... I married a very smart woman, and she came up with this great idea, customized hand sanitizer stations. Yeah.
What a great idea. And so, Kelsey, what made you think of that idea?
Yeah, well, at live events, there's a lot of people, it's very high touch, and so we were thinking when events do come back, these hand sanitizer stations are going to be everywhere. And so, yeah, we thought, we talked to our vendors that built our games for us for our event company and the print shop, and we came up with some prototypes that they could make here in the U.S. We can put the dispenser on it and, you know, sell them to local businesses, small businesses, maybe some of our stadium clients. And so, we've been doing that.
All right, well, you know what, you mentioned local businesses, but you all have actually been getting some national attention. Tell us why you think you've resonated with so many people.
I think the biggest thing for us is when we launched standupstations.com, the goal of it was to just make it really easy, right? We answer a lot of people's questions. We show videos of how to put it together. And when you call us, we answer. We've got 10 people in our office right now that answer the phone. They answer people's questions. And so I think in terms of big businesses all the way down to small mom and pop businesses, it's all the same, right? Everyone needs to know what kind of sanitizer is it? Is it safe? You know, when can I get it? And we were very fortunate and blessed to be in a position to have the inventory, be able to make them quickly, and then ship them out the next day.
So we've been working with small businesses, salons, restaurants. We're actually in the Taft Research Center at University of Cincinnati, where they're doing research on COVID. So it's kind of this awesome full circle moment. And, you know, everything from Marriott hotels to NASA called, and they need them for the Kennedy Space Center. So we're helping the, you know, astronauts and everybody that's working there sanitize safely.
Yeah. All right, you know, you guys, you all are doing a really great thing and had so much success, and I know a lot of people want to get in touch with you to talk about what your business and maybe even pick up some tips. So how can they get in touch with you and actually buy your product?
Yeah, I mean, the best way is just to go to standupstations.com. We're also at standupstations on Instagram and Facebook, and then that's where we can get a hold of you.
All right, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming. Kelsey and Alex, congratulations on a successful business. Clyde?
You know, these days it seems like everyone is attached to their computers. But believe it or not, there are a lot of kids, seniors, and schools that simply don't have the computer equipment they need. And that's where a local nonprofit is stepping in. Here now to talk with us about it is Frank Adams, the Executive Director of the Cincinnati Computer Cooperative. Frank, thanks so much for joining us this morning. We're going to dive right in because we've had you on the show before, but we'd like you to remind us what the Computer Cooperative does and how you got started.
We started out accepting computers from individuals. But then we started getting donations of computers from businesses, and they turned out to be pretty good. And so we got an arrangement with Microsoft whereby we're a registered refurbisher, which means that we get licenses from Microsoft for cheap, as long as we use those licenses for some sort of social benefit. So that means we started refurbishing computers for like students or people on public assistance or nonprofits, schools, orphanages, so various underserved portions of the population that could really benefit from the use of a computer. And we've given 1,000 systems away to area teachers.
So you're doing a couple of things. Number one, you're keeping e-waste out of landfills, but you're also teaching invaluable computer skills, right?
Ecologically, that is like the best thing you can do is keep using a computer rather than like processing it for scrap. And though that's environmentally more responsible than just throwing it in a landfill, it's still, you consider the energy it takes to like grind up the computer and extract all the metals from it and the waste streams that creates and things like that. It's just much better to keep the thing running and, you know, get every last mile out of it.
The need for computers is pretty high right now. So what do you need to keep your program afloat?
What we really need right now is businesses to donate laptops. We're running critically low on laptops. We're buying some on the secondary market, but that's very expensive. And the business donations are usually extremely good. And so I encourage any IT person who's listening to this or anybody who knows an IT person to tell them about the program and to tell them we need laptops. If you're taking them offline now, please donate them to us.
So what if somebody wants to get a refurbished computer from you? How do they do that?
Okay, well, again, with the public health concerns, right? We're doing everything by appointment now. So they can call us at 513-771-3262 and leave a message because the phone's just ringing off the hook. And but we'll get back to you and set up an appointment. We'll meet you in the parking lot, figure out what you need, and do all the transactions outside so that, there's less risk of exposure for everybody. And so far, that's worked out pretty well.
Frank, thanks so much for talking to us this morning.
Hey, Clyde, thanks for having me. I really enjoyed it. I wish I had more time, but that's good. Thank you.
Don't we all wish we had more time? Well, we'll be back with more Cincy Lifestyle on the other side of the break. Plus, Cincy Lifestyle has full episodes of the show up on YouTube. I'm telling you, you can go there and find fun segments you've never seen before, or you can watch your favorites again and again. So subscribe now on youtube.com/Cincy Lifestyle. We'll be right back.
Quick look outside right now. You can see some sunshine out there. Going to be a nice hot one today. Probably sticky out there, too.
You're right, Clyde. Yeah, so I just want to encourage small businesses. I was really fascinated by the stand-up hand sanitizer branding. They're just doing a good job. You can do it, small businesses. Get out there and be creative.
Absolutely. And that is Cincy Lifestyle for this Thursday, August 13th. Be sure to check us out when you get a chance to, Mona.
Absolutely. And thanks for watching. We'll be here tomorrow. We'll see you then. Make it a great day.
Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. Now, if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before, or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, be sure to make it a great day.